All right, you follow the money and you follow the candidates who are generating a lot of the money. Some are and some aren't, but no more so than Beto O'Rourke in Pennsylvania, New Hampshire today. He's facing some resistance from some on the left, despite this record fundraising, probably because of this record fundraising. Anyway, let's get the read on where this is all going thus far with Charlie Gasparino. Doug Schoen follows this stuff very, very closely through many an election. And last but not least, Kat Timpf. Kat, you know what's clear is that Beto O'Rourke is the flavor of the week, maybe the month when all is said and done. But there is, with that, the pressure of handling that pressure. And he's not doing it very well.
Right. He's a charming guy, and in terms of fundraising, his rollout obviously went great. He got a ton of money, but in terms of the media presence and all of the things that were written about him and said about him, not so great. He kind of did a lot of that to himself. Being a Democrat, he shouldn't be saying, oh, my wife mostly takes care of the kids, or, you know, he shouldn't, you know, be a white guy. He's also a white guy. He should, and he has apologized for being a white guy to his credit, and in terms of how the Democrats would view things, at least.
Doug, early on, do you follow money, you know, and who generates that early on, even in small sums? Yeah. And how do you distinguish in the case of an O'Rourke versus the popularity he enjoyed in Texas and all the media money that came in versus now as a national candidate?
Well, all good questions. The simple answer is yes, I follow it and follow it closely. Two reasons. It's the first real indicator of levels of support and enthusiasm. It goes beyond polling, which, however useful, is usually at this point just name recognition.
Right.
Second, money is an indicator of what the candidate will be able to do organizationally, which frequently, but not always, translates into votes. So I look at it, I'm interested, and the big deal about Beto O'Rourke, I think, Neil, is that he was able to raise more than anyone else out of the box and prove that maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to do nationally with Democrats what he did in Texas.
Do you think he can?
I think he can. Not sure he will.
What do you think, Charlie?
I think what's interesting is that Wall Street and the special interests in general are really not in the money game just yet. And I think that's an indication that Joe Biden is not in it totally just yet. I mean, listen, you hear what I hear.
Yeah.
99.9. There's always a chance that he wakes up in April and says, nah, not going. So just remember that. But he's telling people he is. And when he gets in, he'll get the Wall Street money. Now, I don't know if it matters anymore. In the old days, and I would say the old days being 2008, Barack Obama made sure he locked down a lot of Wall Street cash. He had a big meeting at that bar near the Fox headquarters in Washington. He had Larry Fink there. He had Dick Fold of Lehman Brothers. Gary Cohn was there. They formed, and Paul Volcker as well, they formed the sort of, you know, the basis of his Wall Street support. They gave him the seed money to go out and raise gazillions from outside.
But he raised a lot and swung it on his own and won Iowa that year, and he was off to the races.
My point is, back then, the sort of modus operandi was get the Wall Street locked down and then just go out. Now they're just...
Now you don't need to do
it. Well, now it's even something that other Democrats will attack you on if you get a lot of Wall Street money.
Yeah,
We saw that
against you, right?
We saw that with Hillary Clinton. Well, now because Wall Street is evil and they kill your grandma or whatever else that they're trying to say about businesses that actually do well, but it actually can hurt you.
They actually do kill your grandma.
Yeah. You know, Doug, I want you to react to this. He's an way outside the box candidate. We had him on not too long ago, the entrepreneur Andrew Yang. He calls himself sort of like the Asian contagion. He had a big crowd in San Francisco, better than 3,000 who wanted to hear what he had to say. Some have referred to him as a dark horse, a surprise candidate here.
Sure.
This is from his last visit here. Take a look. You worry that good intentions are going to mean you're going to stick Americans with a good-sized bill?
Well, in this case, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a dividend for all American adults, the freedom dividend, where every American citizen is the owner and shareholder of the richest and most advanced economy in the history of the world. We can easily afford a $1,000 dividend that's just going to go right back into the economy anyway. It's going to create 2 million jobs around the country and grow the consumer economy.
All right, the dividend to which he was referring, Andrew Yang was referring, as $1,000 a month that he would give to pretty much everybody, I think. I mean, and the idea being that it would generate activity in and of its. What do you make of that?
This used to be called a negative income tax. It was a Milton Friedman idea, but there was another part to this, which is you substitute you substitute the basic income for all social programs. Didn't sound to me like Andrew Yang was going to take anything away.
He said that it would lead to that, though, that people would need as much government subsistence if they get that. But he did, you're quite right, he did not say one swaps to the other.
Milton Friedman never said hand people checks.
No, he was a support. He was.
He was a supporter of
the negative income tax, and
well, maybe the negative income
yes,
tax.
that's
but
right.
I'm saying this
that was what inspired Moynihan to do the family assistance program.
I get that, but this is pure Keynesianism.
Well, it's very.
That's what I was trying to say.
Popular with that base, and he is leading the charge. Is a risky charge. What do you think?
I think that in the past it would have been, but now almost if you're a Democrat, not being for something like this is riskier, right? It's a lot harder to be on the left now. You have to be way further left than you used to have to be be considered progressive.
In New Jersey, he wants a minimum $400, $500 a month thing. The mayor of Newark wants the same thing, so it is catching on.
Yeah, it's all. Listen, I mean, here's the thing, and I think this is Joe Biden's calculus that clearly.
What's Biden's position?
Well, I think what he's going to say is like people like a lot of the welfare state. They like progressive politics,
and I'm going to further left.
And I'm going to move.
He has to.
I'm going to do it not as far left as the other ones, and carve out a niche position to try to make it through. Now you have your doubts. I mean,
I have my doubts because the party wants younger, women, minorities, and Biden is none of those. And you listen to his speeches, he knows he's got a lot of liabilities.
But do they want to win? I mean, these other people might not be able to win.
You could have a Biden-Sanders leading the way. That's like the Cocoon Club, right?
You could. Sunshine boys for president.
There we go.
How about Biden Beto?
Thank you very, very much. All right, in the meantime here, does the social media as we know it have an inherent bias against conservatives? Right now, one conservative is saying, I have the proof. After this.